Welcome back to Get Involved Pittsburgh. This is our third episode. I hope you're enjoying the show. We just learned a little bit about Mike Rethage and Wider Image. Up next, we have our headline guest. It's Luke Skurman from College Prowler. Very proud to have Luke here as our headliner on the show this time. Luke, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks for being here. I have to say this, I was Googling you earlier today. I get motivated just Googling you. You're such an interesting guy. Started College Prowler at such a young age, and it's doing great. You're doing great with College Prowler. For our viewers at home and on the internet, what is College Prowler?
College Prowler is a publisher in the United States of information on colleges, totally written from the student's point of view. We cover the traditional topics and the non-traditional topics. So for example, we write a 160-page guidebook on W&J, on Duquesne, on Carnegie Mellon, on Pitt, one on Stanford, one on Harvard, and it's covering the academics, the meal plan, all the way to the nightlife, the drug scene, safety and security, everything that the students really want to know about. And it's totally honest and totally true.
Great. And I know you're not from Pittsburgh originally. I think you're from San Francisco. What brought you? Was it Carnegie Mellon that brought you here?
Yeah, I got my bachelor's and my master's at Carnegie Mellon, and the day after I graduated with my bachelor's in 2002, I just started bootstrapping the company with very little capital, and Pittsburgh's just been an amazing place to start a business, to be in my 20s. The community's just been great, and I haven't wanted to leave since I've been here. So I've been over in Pittsburgh now about 11 years, and I'm having a great time.
Good. We want to keep you here. That's good.
You've done a great job so far.
That's great. I talk a little bit in my book involved about you, actually, and I saw you speak at a conference back in 2007, and described you as literally the hungriest person I know. And as the viewers know, you're actually a lot skinnier than me, so it's not a weight issue at all. But I think you're just a really hungry person to build your business, to grow it. What drives you? What motivates Luke to do great things?
I guess if I look back, it's that I feel I've been given tremendous opportunity, and I feel I have a lot of potential. And I get very frustrated when I don't fulfill that potential and I don't do everything I possibly can do every single day. I've been blessed with great parents, with a great education, just tremendous, met amazing people, and every day I feel like there's something I could be doing to just make something happen, whether it's on the volunteer side, whether it's on my business side. I just want to go after it, and I don't like sitting still and feeling complacent. I just want to go after it.
Right. Yeah, I think it's really easy for all of us to get a little stagnant sometimes and not to set goals, even for people that have successful businesses. And that's actually why I started talking about you. Were on a panel at the Impact Conference back in 2007 with a couple people that also were people in business, and they were happy. They were very content. And I remember you. I'm just never happy. I'm never satisfied. I want to keep going. Is that still true? Are you still always plugging away?
It is. I mean, I've been at the business for 7.5 years now, and I think I'm working just as hard today as I have when I started the company.
Right.
There's ways that you can work smarter and more efficiently, but I wake up every day and I'm thinking about it as soon as I wake up and as soon as I go to sleep, and I don't stop. And it's just a huge, giant puzzle that I want to solve, and I'm just constantly figuring out ways I can always make it better, and it drives me and it motivates me, and I love it.
That's great. One of the the new project that you're working on is Urban Guru, which is a great book. I went to a launch party that you had with Leadership Pittsburgh and the Allegheny Conference a couple weeks ago. It was great. And what is Urban Guru? Tell us a little bit about it. You've been branded the Urban Guru. What does that mean to you?
Well, first and foremost, we are very generous and very thankful that the Allegheny Conference was able to support us with a $10,000 grant to make this book possible. So when we write Insider Guides to Colleges, the College Prowler series, it's really about just campus life. And so we wanted to expand that. And so what it's really like to live in Pittsburgh, new college students, for recent graduates, for alumni, for people relocating to the region. And this is everything that you really want to know about Pittsburgh. The best bakeries, the best gyms, the best neighborhoods, the best school districts. Everything from an insider's opinion telling you really how to hit the ground running. And we felt like, there's not a lot of travel guides to Pittsburgh, and we wanted to really go after some of those second-tier markets that really need more content and more insight, and Pittsburgh was the perfect city for us to launch the series with.
I must say, I've lived here 24 of my 30 years, and I learned a ton of stuff through Urban Gurus. Great ideas for things to do, ways to get involved, and just the quotes, the ideas that were shared in it are just great. And just like with your College Prowler books, they're really honest feedback. So often we read these glorious books, and it's kind of hard to dissect what's true and what's just kind of propaganda, but it all seems really true in your books, which is great.
Yeah, it's all written from locals that actually live in Pittsburgh, telling you both the positive and the negative. There's no sugarcoating, and that's really our trademark. Just true, honest quotes.
Great. Well, I know you, Luke, a little bit. I know you're a very modest guy, but I got to just list a couple things and just get your feelings on this. You were named one of the 30 for America's Coolest Young Entrepreneurs by Inc. magazine, and also one of the best entrepreneurs under 25 a few years back by Business Week. How do you stay grounded? I know you're a good guy, give back to the community, but you've had a lot of success so far in your 20s. How do you stay grounded?
By not, letting your ego get ahead of yourself, you know, realizing that there are a lot of people out there that are smarter and better than you, that are still doing great things, that you can keep improving yourself, that you can keep learning, that you can keep advancing yourself, that you can make your friends better, that your colleagues better. You know, realizing that everybody can improve and that there is no finish line. My mom, when I finished college, she gave me this poem called Ithaca. And Ithaca, basically, I used to be obsessed with getting to the finish line. And the premise of Ithaca is to enjoy the journey. You're on this journey, you're on this ride. And don't just get obsessed with trying to get to the end line. You want to just enjoy every day. That's the beauty of the whole thing. Is every day you're up there, every day you're fighting. That's the fun part, and just enjoy it. And I'm trying to do that more and more. It's hard for me, but I'm trying.
That's good. That's good. I mean, sometimes we always focus so much on our goals, and if we don't achieve them today, we consider it not to be a success. But my wife always reminds me that I chose to do these things. Right? It's fun. We're making a difference. We're helping people. We're growing our business. It's a lot of fun to do these types of things. Talk a little bit about Carnegie Mellon. I know you're an alum of that school, the youngest board member on their board of trustees in the history of the institution. What was that process like to get on the board?
It was totally unexpected and unbelievable honor. In May of 2000, I finished my master's in science in public policy and management from the Heinz College. And I'd been running College Prowler, finishing up my master's, and I basically demanded a meeting with President Jerry Cohen. And I got on his calendar. We totally hit it off. He made an introduction to one of the fellow trustees, Glenn Meekum, who founded Free Markets here. Glenn ended up investing about $1 million into College Prowler. We named him chairman of the board. Glenn, Jerry, and I just became great friends over the past 5 years.
You like golf with these guys, right?
I golf with these guys
That's pretty
now.
cool for a 29-year-old, 28-year-old. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
And then May 2008, 4 years later, he calls me back into his office and says, Luke, we have nobody on our board of trustees under 40 years old. We'd love for you to be our first ever young alumni trustee and be the youngest trustee in the history of Carnegie Mellon. And I was floored. I didn't even know what to say.
That's cool.
So immediately I said yes, and I've been trying to give everything I've had for about a year now. I was officially elected July 1st, 2008, and I'm serving a 3-year term. So I have almost 2 years to go. And the people on the board are just so nice, so amazing. Everyone has treated me totally like an equal, and it's just been incredible.
Are there any strategies that you use? I talk a little bit about the youngest person in the room. You know, when we're the youngest person as a college student, we got to make sure that people believe in us. Graduate student, young professional, you're the youngest by dozens of years, it sounds like, on the board. What have you done to show that you can be trusted, that you're a professional that they can get along with?
Well, initially, I think my strategy has been not to do too much. I'm not trying to just keep talking and try to get everyone to listen to me. I don't want to look like the needy kid in the room that has to get attention.
Sure.
A lot of the happenings go in smaller committees or kind of in networking events or dinners or cocktail hours, and I can isolate and meet a few of the trustees, and I can really show them that I'm a credible person and that I know what I'm talking about. I follow up a lot with email. I've met a lot of the trustees over lunch, and I've really developed great rapport like that. But our boardroom has got about 80 people in the room, with every vice president, every dean. We have term trustees, we have life trustees, we have emeritus trustees. If you want to stop the board meeting, you can stop the board meeting. We have a fiduciary responsibility to do so. But I try to just take my moments right now, unless there's something really pressing that I need to address the entire board with.
Great. And you've talked a little bit about your interactions with the board. How do you motivate a staff of people that are about your age, right? I would guess that most people that work with College Prowler are in their 20s, maybe some in their 30s. But how do you motivate the people on your staff to do good work for you or with you?
I mean, I try to lead by example. Anything that I ask of them, I ask of myself. So for example, the amount of vacation days and sick get, it's the same amount of vacation and sick days that I get. You know, the time you have to be in the office and the time that you can leave the office, I hold myself to those exact same standards. And I just try to show everyone that, you know, we're up to some really cool, exciting things. We just had our 11th mention in the New York Times. We have all this buzz. Guidance counselors love us, parents love us, and it immediately fuels everything. We have a really great work atmosphere that I think everyone enjoys being a part of. It's great.
Well, hopefully, I'm worried you're going to get dozens of applications for jobs at College Prowler. People view this, but congrats on all of your success, Luke. Urban Guru is a great book.
Thank you.
We're going to have you on a little bit later in the show to talk about your experience as a big brother with Big Brothers Big Sisters. So, but congrats on everything with College Prowler. Really proud to be your friend and colleague here.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Luke. Right after this, we'll be back with the new executive director of PCTV just in a minute.